Hey guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is The Lady Zenner, and today we're finally starting a new Planet Zoo franchise mode series. Welcome to this Caribbean zoo called Caribbean Wildlife Park. And with this franchise zoo, we will focus on a tropical and colorful foliage, lots of water, and most importantly, incorporate the beautiful, colorful architecture that you see a lot in the Caribbean. We'll blend things like African and colonial influences with elements like balconies and shutters, and also like steep roofs designed to withstand the tropical weather that you see a lot in the Caribbean. So it's definitely going to be a challenge, as Caribbean architecture isn't something that we have as a standard theme in the game, but we're going to give it a try and of course like fully enjoy this new franchise mode series. I'm just so excited for it, and if you are excited for the series as well, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you won't miss out on any of my Planet Zoo content. And just like with our Planet Zoo Eco Island Park series, I would absolutely love to name our staff after you guys and hear your name suggestions for all the animals that we will be adding to this series. So if you want a staff member to be named after you, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And if you have any name ideas for the animals we'll be adding, feel free to leave those suggestions down there as well. Now without further ado, let's dive right into our new franchise mode series, as we did already start placing a few things down to get going, because as you know, we want to create a beautiful zoo here, but with limited money, we won't get very far. But very quickly before we jump in, if you are still missing any Planet Zoo pack or want to jump into Planet Coaster, The Sims, Jurassic World Evolution, City Skylines, Farming Simulator, or any other game, be sure to check out the sponsor of our channel, Instant Gaming, because via their website, you can get a fantastic discount on many of these games. And by buying via their website, you will get a great discount and you will also be supporting the channel. I will make sure to put a link to their website in the description of this video and in the pinned message of the comment section so you can easily find it. Now, what is very important to mention is, one, I did remove the whole entrance, because very often when I start a series or start a new zoo, I noticed that the sun is like not in the angle that I want it to be. So I was simply able to just pick up everything, including the entrance and the spawn point. So I just moved everything to this side. I think the original entrance is on that side or something like that. Try to look at the time of day and just to see like, okay, where is exactly the shadow right now? So I hope this is going to be a little bit better. It's now almost at the end of midday, so I think it's going to work out as I want to, but we're not going to save this. This is purely now to get started, and the same goes for all the staff buildings and these shops right over here. I obviously do not want to keep this. I actually even want to start to build the first habitat a little bit further out, so we are later on able to remove all of this and just build everything from scratch exactly how we want it to be. That being said, for this series particularly, I did not plan out a zoo map or whatsoever. I didn't do that for many of my series, and at some point I tried to do that, and I just want to go back to the roots. Don't want to pin myself or tie myself to any map that I created firsthand. Like, I just want to have complete freedom in whatever we're gonna do. I actually did have my doubts. I'm going to lay out a habitat here just for the sake of starting something while I talk. We're going to add the flamingos, by the way, because the flamingos are for me one of the most important animals when I think of the Caribbean, and also I think it's just a perfect entrance animal with how they look and the sounds that they make. I think that's just the most perfect animal to start with, and it fits best in a Caribbean zoo. Now, in case you're wondering, like, we could have started a new map with like an island. I know that the Oceania pack also did bring in like this island map, but for what I can remember, that one is more of like a temperate vibe, and I really wanted to go for more of a tropical vibe here. And unfortunately, I really hope that will be changed in the future, but unfortunately right now we can't, for example, create an island like with the Eco Island Park in like this diorama mode and then start from there. Yeah, sure, we could have started there with like the challenge mode settings and whatnot, but I actually didn't realize, but I went back to my channel just to see like, okay, how long ago actually was it when we played franchise mode for the last time? And it's been like 10 months already. Like 10 months. I didn't really expect it to be that long, but in the meantime we also did like the cozy farmstead, which also was sandbox mode, and we also did the Eco Island Park, which we started in challenge mode as well, which kind of still feels like sandbox mode to me. So I think it's about time to mix it up again and just to start and play some franchise mode again. So yeah, we do have a flat map here, but I am, well, I should not say planning, but I do want to add a lot of water everywhere, and I also want to play around a little bit more with terraform. Like, we're not going to make a super highly detailed terraform map here, but as you can tell already right now what we're doing, we are going to play around with different height elevations and whatnot. So we're not going to keep it super flat, but I think it's just fair enough to say that this is a Caribbean zoo that is created on an island, but the sea is just a little bit further away, if that makes sense. So it's just not close to the sea. I think we can definitely get away with that for a Caribbean zoo like this. But I'm in general just super excited to be playing some franchise mode again. I will only hope that everything is working as it should. I do kind of remember the last time that I did play franchise mode. I think that was the tropical zoo. And the last few episodes, things were not working as properly. So yeah, we have to wait and see about that. But definitely I'm excited to be working on a new project again. And we're not going to make it super big, because I obviously want to avoid me getting burned out again, even though like the tropical theme is definitely a very fun theme. So hopefully it's not like the cozy farmstead felt a little bit too much in the same corner with like it being some kind of petting zoo, and everything just felt really much the same. I really want to try and keep variations in this zoo, even though we are creating Caribbean zoo, of course, and we're going to use a lot of the colonial theme or architecture and whatnot. But I think definitely with the different color variations and also trying to use more natural colors and all, like I remember when going to Curacao, I absolutely love that Caribbean island, that you also have a lot of stone or walls and fences that are created with corals, so that corals, and I think using natural colors in that way is definitely also going to give us a really nice vibe, and in combination with also the colorful architecture. So that is definitely something I'm going to try and use here, and also going to use like more of the twilight pack stones to get more of that rough vibe that we have been seeing a lot also in all the previous zoo tours that we did on the channel. So that definitely also inspires me to definitely be using more of those twilight pack stones, because they just really have a nice vibe and natural touch to them. Now I've been quickly buying some flamingos right over here because there were not that many available with some cash. So let me just see how many I have. I have 14, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I could be using 2 more males, but there are no more males in here, so that's totally fine for now. So first things first, because obviously I want to try and detail this as much as possible to actually create a nice looking habitat, but I didn't want to spend too much money here because I wasn't quite sure how much money these flamingos would cost me. Are we able to see the size? Gosh, it's been 10 months, so I will be a little bit rusty here. Okay, I think we have quite a lot of space, but obviously we're not going to use all the space. There's going to be a lot of rocks and natural elements and plants and foliage and flowers, everything. So this is purely what we have now with a fence around it, which we are hopefully going to delete almost completely. It's just to be sure that we are going to keep those flamingos in. Now, talking about the flamingos, let me just quickly check. What do we need? Okay, it's only 1 meter boundary, which is perfect. We have 14 flamingos right now, so let's just see. 14, 417. Yeah, that should be good. Water requirement is also good. Not entirely sure yet if I will keep this waterfall or that I will create my own, but for now we're just gonna keep it like this. So we need staff. We have a very bored staff member here, Isaac Mallory or something. How many people did we hire when I did place down? Okay, so we have 2 vendors. I think I'm just going to keep that for now. I obviously need a keeper. And what else can we want to have a mechanic, 1 security guard. We don't need any vendors. We do need a vet. And shall we just hire 1 educator? So look at that. We have a bunch of staff members already that we can name. So that's great. We have electricity, so we don't have to pay attention to that. However, we do need to pay attention to water treatment. Can I put this right over here? We can actually. Although I do feel like I want to move it quite fast. We might want to have a little staff area somewhere in the middle or something. For now, I want to see the negative impact. Is that cool? Yeah, if I place it here, we're gonna extend the path right over here. It's not really going to work. So I'm just going to put this one right over here for the time being until we are ready to move everything. Okay, we have that. Now I think we are able to... Oh. 2 males. Bring in the males. Okay, we have 16 flamingos right now. Let's move all of these guys to here. We have the forge box feeder, which we're obviously going to hide here with a lot of nice rock formations. We're going to have a little shelter building right over here. Something probably very colorful. And then we're going to have like these little staircases here and like some planters. We're going to have a little bit of land maybe here. At least we have a little bit of land here. A lot of rocks here, planters here. Yeah, something like that. We're gonna see where we end up. So what I want to do is I want to see facilities. No, we need to go to habitat. We have flamingo selected right over here. I do want to see if you go into the water, if you're able to stand here already. Else I will make this a little bit more shallow. The idea is that this is where they walk and this is where they can swim, but I think looking at those little legs, this is definitely still too deep, but that's okay. We can also just raise it with rocks here, so I'm not too worried about that. They can drink water here, so we don't need a ugly water pipe. I'm not really sure if I want to add this one anywhere. Okay, so I think we should be good with the forge box feeder here. Well, maybe we should add a toy or a sprinkler for now. And the mirror mobile, even though we've never seen it in action or them actually using it. We're just gonna put it down here. That should be good. So if we now go back to here, I always want to use these signs somewhere in the ground just to give these animals a little bit more rest. I'm just gonna add those right away. Am I able to see the donation boxes here? Do I need to select them? Okay, I guess they're here. Donation box, because we obviously need money. Just gonna put these down here for now. I'm actually tempted to use one of the mods to just only like not use the mods per se, but just put all of these boxes underneath the ground. I might do that later on. Okay, we need some education. Going for the standard signs, 2 of them. And I want to have an educational speaker. I'm not going to hide these yet until I know where I want to put them. Okay, let's put this one on Greater Flamingo and that one on Greater Flamingo. Okay, the educator is also already doing her talk, so at least guests will not complain about, yeah, okay, they're swimming here, about bad education or whatsoever. Was she doing a talk? Traditional medicine. Okay, that's perfect. So she's not per se doing a talk about the flamingo. She's just doing conservation educational talks. We have some picnic benches here. We have bins. Am I missing out on anything for now? Oh, yes, of course. We need to add some money here. Or I'm going to sink this. For the toilets. Guests are going to be unhappy with that. And when we talk about money, let's see. What do you think? The zoo ticket price is great. So I'm just going to raise the price. Do you think the same? Yes, you do. Let's just raise that a little bit more. Okay, we have almost $15,000 in here. I think that should be good enough at least to get things going here. I do want to try, because I always feel like habitats are very big. I do want to try to see how far we can get to make this more cozy and tropical and yeah, more realistic maybe. I don't know. We're just gonna try and see how far we can get. The welfare is not super high, but that's because of the terrain, which we can fix. And lost meal quality. Oh, that's right. Do we have research going on for these animals? Vet research. Flamingos are completely researched, so that's great. We can actually just put you to do some advanced research, because why not? She's not doing anything. Wait, is that she? Well, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's just go and start building, and we can change the food quality in here to, well, it's flamingos, so it's not going to cost us too much. We obviously want some babies, so we do not need to give them some contraceptives. Okay, let's see what we can do. Now, as always, things are taking way longer than I was planning to, so that means that half of the area is not finished yet, so we're not going to look at that area just as much because I still want to build like an indoor area, even with like maybe a little swimming area, because if you look at the flamingos, yeah, okay. Plants, I get that question very often. Doesn't it matter if you add plants? Well, if you make sure that the rest is green, you're all good. I just don't really like to tie myself to the plant section at all. So yeah, that's why it's 0% because we now have a beautiful, very tropical area right over here, which I absolutely love. I really do love the outdoor area. But that does mean, like, if we look at terrain, the swimming area is a little bit too small still. So that's why I feel like it's a good idea to build something indoors with a little water area as well. So imagine like there is a tropical storm or something and these animals are not that safe in this little cabin or a little shelter which we will look at in a bit. I think this is just a perfect area, something that the staff members can close if there will be a storm or whatnot. So yeah, that is definitely a plan for the next episode, what we're going to work on, and probably going to add another animal. So we have too much plant coverage, which we already did speak about. We can actually increase the enrichment. And I'm thinking because I did add a sprinkler right over here. We have the mirror mobile thing right over here. What can we add? We have the forage pool right here at the top, which I will show in a bit. I'm just going to put this one right over here just to see, because actually that was food enrichment, wasn't it? Toy enrichment, food enrichment. Is there anything else that we can do apart from... Let's just go to the food tab. So there's only a food bowl. Is that really that we need to add another? Well, maybe we can add one inside. I mean, okay, it's maybe a little bit tiny in here for a swimming pool and a forage box, but is that going to fix it? Because maybe then I just want to make it bigger. I don't think I can add this one because of the door and the fences probably being too close. Okay, so I'm afraid that we have to live with that little area. Other than that, I think we're pretty good. Social group is 67%, so that's also good. We already do have some baby flamingos in here. Look, there is one running. It's so cute. Now, I'm not really sure if this is like the most... how you call it, the best setup for a habitat. Like, I'm not going for too much realism. I obviously want to add a few bits and pieces here of realism, but I just also want to go for an aesthetically pleasing habitat, which I just enjoy doing the most. We still need to add a few decals here. I had a lot of issues with like the traversable area of the flamingos. I had to open up this area. They were just not able to pass through here, which was super frustrating. Probably going to change this area here with like the one-sided glass and all, but just want to wait. Oh, we actually have a broken fence here. I just want to wait. We can request the mechanic. I just want to wait until I know exactly how to fill up this area and also how this building is going to look. Maybe I want to extend it. Might want to extend it here with a building as well that is connected here for the staff buildings. But as I said, like I want to remove everything here so it now feels like super nearby and close to each other, but I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, so let's just go around the habitat. So just to show you guys how it is looking. I love the blue water. I really do want to use this a lot more often because I do really feel like this is going to give us the Caribbean vibe. So we have a beautiful waterfall here in the back, trying to get like this more rough vibe here with the rocks. It's pretty hard, but I guess we can still learn and make it more perfect later on. So you can see the blue building here. I love the blue, but we're obviously not going to only build blue buildings. I also want to go for yellow and pink and white and just some really nice vibe that you can find on the Caribbean islands. So we can go around here. Also wanted to play a little bit with some more wood and stones here. We have a nice view in here into the habitat as well. And then we can go up here. Now this is like a really tiny bridge. I didn't really like the sharp angles, but if you just use like a round shaped bridge, it obviously doesn't really per se feel like a super sharp bridge, if you see what I mean. A lot of guests are actually standing here exactly on the point where you are not really able to see the animals. Well, a little bit, like for me as a photography lover, this is a really cute spot, I guess. But okay, so here we have the upper layer. I've been so fighting with the traversable area here. It all of a sudden just wasn't able for the animals to reach it. It was super frustrating, but thank goodness it's working now. But I think this is cute. I think this is nice. You have a little natural boundary here, and then you look into the forge pool. And from here as well, the different height elevations, I love. It's so much more work, but it's definitely worth it. Wasn't entirely sure yet if I want to keep this space. Like the animals are not able to walk here when you look at the traversable area. Not entirely sure. Maybe we should close it later on. But I also was so worried about the traversable area. Like, they're not able to walk through here. They're not able to walk through here. They're only able to walk through here. I think it's gonna fly. Oh, yeah, okay. You're gonna poop here? Oh, gosh. But I'm curious if you are going to walk around. Yeah, it's weird, right? It might have something to do with the decals, but even before I added the decals, it was an issue. So not entirely sure what is going on here. Like they're all even as big, so should not be an issue. But man, I'm so in love already with the vibe that we have here with all the stones and the different height elevations. I think it's so much fun. So yeah, I'm definitely very excited for this new series, and I just really hope you guys will enjoy it as much as I do. I'm not going to promise a video every week. I don't want to rush myself, but we are going to have a lot of fun with this new franchise mode series. So yeah, if you're excited, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know your name suggestions, if you want to have a staff member named after you. And let me know if you like this idea for a Caribbean zoo. Leave a like at this video if you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. Yeah, I just really do hope to see you guys all in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, guys!